How's 28 people watching already? I only just press go live now. Okay, I'm back, sort of. Yeah, sorry about that. So in between that period, probably like 15 minutes to 20 minutes has passed. I'm not sure if it'll pick up the same way as we had it before, but we'll give it a crack. If not, go back and watch part one and caught a couple of fish. Nothing overly exciting, but we got something. Yeah, let's stick this back on. Hopefully we can pick it back up and get some more people back on again. And we now have a charging cable as well. We didn't run out of battery though. We just blanked out for some reason. YouTube Live just cut out on me. Oh no. The last thing I want is salt water on that. Yeah, so I don't know what happened. I'm not finishing palming down at Kingscliff. But while I was trying to get this going again, I don't know what was going on. Yeah, let me see if I can, because I had plans. Like I've got like a little jar with like a power bank and everything. So I had planned on just, oh, my paddle. I'll have to get that in a sec. So let's plug it in, see if this works. Is that working? I'm assuming I got power there. Didn't make the sound. Hang on. Oh, come on, technology. Make it easy for me. Let's get my paddle. But yeah, while I was talking, and oh no, not while I was talking, while I was trying to fix the live stream thing, this rod, the troll cam side, went whoosh and got a big hit. So we should actually have some footage of something just walloping the troll cam, but I wasn't moving very fast, so sometimes the bait's a little lower. So hopefully we get a shot of what it was. I was out quite wide by that stage, sort of just getting blown out. But check this out, like over the last like 15 minutes, the wind has dropped so much. So that's why, because I was about to say, oh, well, I'll just switch to regular video mode and I'll just make a video tomorrow. But then I thought, well, hang on, I wanted to live stream. And not only that, but that one got, and now like the wind just has been dropping consistently over like, it's only been 15 minutes or 20 minutes, I guess. So, yeah, I thought, well, bugger it, I'm just going to keep going. 24-hour live stream, that's it, mate. I've got enough power in that power bank to last me hours now. As long as that charging cable is working. Have I been to Yeppoon? Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've been up in that area. Those islands that I've been going to aren't so far from there. There should be a bait still on this line. This one's gone, obviously. Maybe we'll check him. But I went and got, oh, well, thanks, Dragon. Thank you. Yeah, we're back up. We'll check this bait. How's this? It's glassing off. This is mental. It was meant to, the wind was meant to die, but I didn't expect it to die this much. We'll check this bait. I managed to, in between those 15 minutes, just when I got back up to this point, catch another bait as well. So I got one more in the live tank. This guy seems fine. Okay, so he's still on and happy. Well, not happy, but he's on. Okay, we'll let him go back out. We'll turn around. We'll get this thing going on again. Hopefully we get another big hit. Because if we're catching fish, we're getting things. Not quite the prized species, but we are catching fish, so I'd like to keep going. It's very rare that I get a live stream where I'm actually catching fish, so yeah, hit the likes. Come on, people, join up. What do we got? We got 269. I had at least had about 1,000 or something before. That was pretty cool. Hopefully we can get it back up there. It's probably enough line out, isn't it? Oops. I think he's swimming with me though, look, because it's really loose. Ah, now I've got him. 1,300 at one point. That's mental. I never ever thought I'd be in a position to do like something like this. It's funny. Not just Wi-Fi, just mobile. It's just mobile reception. Yeah, maybe it cut out. I'm not sure why. But yeah. But we're back up and running. So like phone service here is good. Like I'm not that far out, and I've got full bars and everything. All right, let's get back up onto the business end of the reef. And then we'll turn around. Oh, you know what? We probably should put another bait out on the troll cam side, but we'll do that in a sec. Did I get affected by the wildfires? Not really. Like like where I live is pretty suburban, so we weren't in any real danger. There is a bit of bushland sort of around the back of it, but it's not really a big, a big risk. But a little bit further out in my area, like out on the other side of the highway, was absolutely affected, and it was pretty crazy. And down at Tweed, they started to pick up, and further down the coast and up the coast, it was pretty crazy for a little while. I had friends that were, fighting for their houses at points. So it's and further down, like we've got a friend that lives down in Mollymook, like down past Jervis Bay, and oh mate, they were like surrounded by a ring of fire. It was crazy. So yeah, but it's all died down. There's been there's been plenty of rain and things since then, and the fires aren't so much of a concern. We're back to regular normal living until COVID hit. So then we've got a whole nother issue now to deal with. So it's been a bit of a crazy year, I guess, or last year, end of last year. Oh no, it was as big as this year, wasn't it? Yeah, sorry. Wow, look at that. Check this out for a bait ball. I'm gonna have to unplug. Yeah, that is a bait ball. I don't know if you can see that, but that's mental. Here we go. Here we go. Let's touch that again. Huge fan. Wow, thanks Chookas Fishing. Thanks, man. That's huge. Happy restrictions easing off in Brizzy. Yeah, the restrictions are sort of easing up a little bit, which is good. Oh my God. There is a huge school of Spanish right below me. Either that or they're barracuda, but they are massive. Holy smokes, how can that bait not be getting hit? I'll try and get a shot of it. You're not going to be able to see. I would almost say they're barracuda, which I don't necessarily want to catch. No. They'll be a pain to deal with, and they are, can you see that? I don't know if you can see. Oh, I better not drop my phone. Can you actually see that? You can see. Whoa. Let's go back this way again. I really don't want to catch these guys because I don't really want to take a barracuda home. You can eat them and they're actually pretty good, but they're not the Spanish I'm after. How can that bait not be getting bit though? I do not know. Maybe they're just a bit further up. Wow, they're just schooling. I might try and get a shot of that on my regular camera. Hang on. No, they've just sort of drifted off the other way now. I'd be very surprised if they didn't hit. Oh no, they're looping back around underneath me. That's crazy. Sorry, I forgot I was on live stream. I was just getting a bit excited myself. It's very rare you get such good shots in such clear water. Wow, there's a serious school of them. That's crazy. Look at them go. Oh, look, this guy's going to get eaten. This is not really what I want. Maybe I could keep one and do a catch and cook. They do stake up pretty good. They're big ones as well, some of them. Maybe barracuda catch and cook. All right, we'll do the pass. Yeah, the wind has just dropped off like crazy. And this mount won't go back on. Not the Spanish I was hoping for, but we've got a big water drop on. Hang on. Is that better? That bait must be going right over that school right now. Very, very crazy that he's not getting hit. They just mustn't be hungry. Oh no, hang on. I don't even, well, that would be good. They probably would be good. I've had them over in like Thailand and places. I've not actually had them here. Now, you usually don't keep them because usually I get them, in mackerel season and after mackerel. But it appears that they're not that hungry because they're not eating them. You'd think that a big barracuda like that would just grab that yak and no problems. Quick snack. How deep am I fishing right now? The water is only about 6 meters here. 7 meters. But it drops off. It comes up and down from about 20 up to about, this is about as shallow as it gets in this part. But then if I go just a little bit further out, it drops off to about 30 meters and then it's slowly, all the way out. There's a couple of patches on the way out as well. Yeah, just trolling liveys. Sorry, this is the second part. The first part, WhatsApp incoming call. Oh, I can't take that at the moment. Sorry. It's probably Lance. Hey, Lance. All right. Crazy that there's such big fish just there. Didn't take it, yeah. Chuck a tailor on. Yeah, if I went in closer around the bommy there, I'd probably get a couple of tailor. On the first part, on the first live stream, I caught a couple of Mac tuna. Decent sized ones, but not the Spanish we're after. Oh, cool. Thank you. All right, come on. Give up on the call now. I'm just waiting for that call to go. Say thank you, T. Hoyd, is it? And I'll go back and do a couple of these. Sorry. James, thank you. Big time. And did I miss all of these? Brock Borens? Yeah, cheers. Thanks, man. Okay. Dude, how are you live streaming in the ocean? Yeah, technology, eh? It's just an iPhone, basically, and phone service. It is crazy that he didn't get taken. All right. Let's do a loop. Hang on, I'm going to have to check the sounder for a sec. Sorry, it's a constant battle just to get this camera right and then fish like normal. But we get there. I need to sort out a bit more of a permanent mount. It's like a suction cup and it just keeps coming loose. My live is wriggling around, yeah. No, he's getting twitchy. I don't blame him. There's some serious fish under him before. I thought they were Spanish for a second. If they were Spanish, that would have been something. But they were pretty big barracuda. What's the biggest fish I've landed on a kayak? I don't know, probably about 1.40 something, maybe 1.43 Spanish, I guess. I've caught bigger fish, like I've caught marlin and let go one other fish. Like, the wahoo actually were longer than that, weren't they? Yeah, maybe like 160, I don't know, 150 wahoo or something. I don't know. It's been a while since I caught a big one like that though. And I've caught marlin off it before, but and they were probably longer, but usually I'm fishing for food. If I get a fish that big, I'm pretty keen to let it go, but I've kept them too. And I've always eaten them. All right, where are we at? Okay, yeah, we've got some people watching again. That's cool. So we'll just keep it going. Hopefully we can catch something else. This is crazy. It's glassed off. It was pretty windy before. Now we just got to catch a fish. We've got nice glassy conditions. When is it going to be snapper fishing? Around about now. It's about now that the mackerel really start to thin down. Thank you, John B. Thank you. Long time greeting from Long Island. Yeah, cheers. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's around about now that the mackerel start to sort of thin out a bit, and then you start to look elsewhere for a meal. Like a snapper will definitely come into effect. Maybe the odd Dewey and cobia as well. We'll start live baiting down deep and put some weight on it and get it down. We'll ditch the wire. But there's still definitely a chance of Spanish now, especially when the water's this warm. It's still around 23 to 24 degrees, depending on what wind we're getting. So there's no reason why the mackerel aren't still here, especially a place like this. Okay, we're just going to look at this again. Hang on. Am I worried about ciguatera? Yeah, we'll answer that in a sec. It's always a concern. I don't, I've been lucky not to have, have been affected by it, or my family as well. So yeah, like it's just, when they get bigger, you got to watch out for it. But I usually test a little bit of fish for myself, but we haven't come across it. But I've had friends that have, so yeah, hopefully we don't run into it because it sounds pretty nasty. I'm going to put a livey on this side. What's my biggest snapper? I didn't get a proper measure on it, but the one I've got a video of it. What's it? Cameron Smith. And he sent me a picture of the poo icon. Thanks, man. And super chat poo. I've caught a couple, like that snapper that I caught off. It was off Fido's, I think. It was pretty big. That would have had to have been in the at least high 80s. Like, it was a monster. I don't know if the camera picked it up as well as it should, but it was a pretty big snapper. But I let that one go. He was too big to keep. Now the tricky part, catching the last one livey. Here we go. I've got my technique down. I spread the fingers and just slowly catch him up against the sidewall. Is that working? It is, yeah. Okay, we'll put one more livey on the troll cam side. We'll see if we get any there. I wonder if this weather is going to affect the fish bite though. Might slow them down a bit. Okay. Danny, thank you. That's awesome. Here's towards another. Oh, I missed it. Hang on. I'll wait till my hands dry out to go back a bit. Aloha from Hawaii. How you going? Geez, I'd love to get back there. Maybe when everything settles down. Have a look at this glass up. This is just crazy. Oh, hang on. I'm plugged in as well. Hang on. This is not going to work. Anyway, we get a little bit of length there. This is mental. You very rarely get it glassing up quite like this. This is, like, especially from so windy. Beautiful. Okay, so we can get that in again. Oh, come on. Sounder thing. This thing will just not stick on. Okay. Oh, have we lost it again? Are we still on? Because someone just commented that they can't see me. Okay, cool. Cheers. Thanks, Brad. Yeah, no. We've caught like some mac tuna, nothing overly good, but they'll put up a good fight. It was a bit of fun. This mount's starting to drive me crazy though. Okay. Okay, we'll do another pass over the good part of the reef. See what we can find. Maybe just move a little bit quicker. I think sometimes when you're going so slow, the fish just looking to see it waft over and they're like, you need to get to at least some kind of movement, get some kind of reaction bite. And then if I go over some bait, I probably should try and catch another bait as well. Have I ever capsized? Yes. A few times. Most of the time it's not been because of, like, I've capsized once because there's a very, very old video on the channel. It's like one of the first ones, and I get pulled in by a big fish. I had my drag up just a little too tight, and he's just taken off down there, and I was live baiting down deep, so it just went around and down. Probably a cobia, maybe a jewfish. But yeah, I've done that. I have done, like, I remember leaning over and seeing my bait slip out of the kayak, and I've dove in to get it because I didn't have any other bait. And I have been knocked off in really, really rough conditions once at a rock, actually, at one of the early fishing comps. And that was, the weather was so bad that it was a struggle to stay on the kayak. You had to have your legs over the side for half the time. and then I think a bit of swell hits me and I sort of flip off. And that was out at, I don't know if anyone knows the area, but out at North Stradbroke off Boat Rock. So it was not a nice place to be swimming around in the water and flipping your kayak back upright. But yeah, that was not a nice one, but it was fine. You just jump back in. It's, you know, it's not a big deal really. Come on, we need at least one fish for this portion of the live stream. We got some in the first one, but we don't just want to trail off here. Come on. No more fish. I did get a big hit on the troll cam side though. And that was when the live stream was off. So hopefully we'll get some good footage of that. I don't know if I don't know if I've got enough to make a proper video, but we'll see. Maybe we'll just stick at the live stream. And maybe I'll add it in at some point maybe. Depending on what the footage is like. If it's something special, I'll put something together. How is this day? You never know. Sometimes you just got to stream highlights. Yeah, you could do it. Like, I don't know if Mac Tuna are highlights, but yeah, hit the like button if you haven't done it. Thank you for reminding me. It does help. Yeah, oh, here we go. Let's read these. Huge fan, love the videos. Thank you from Raz. Raz, thank you. And NZ. Paul, was it? Plow? Oh, sorry if I'm pronouncing it. Plua. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce that properly. Anyway, really nice to make a living out of fishing vids. Best of luck. Yeah, well, hopefully we'll see how it all pans out over the next year. Still waiting to sort of see where my baseline sits. I was talking about it in the first part of this live stream in the other video, just about going full time, but because that viral vid just only settled down now, it's hard to tell where my baseline is going to sit. And so, you know, once everything settles down, whether I'm making enough to make a living, basically. Because it was always not quite there yet when it first originally happened. Okay. What's the time here? I can't actually look at my phone, so I'm not 100% sure. It must be around, I don't know, is anyone in the Gold Coast area? Does anyone know the time? Must be about, I don't know, what, 7 or 7:30, 8, 9:13. Is that right? Time flies, eh? And you're catching Mac Tuna. That livey further back is very twitchy, but he's not. He looks like he's hitting the surface a bit. 9:15, yeah, right. He's hitting the surface. Something's pestering him. It's crazy when it's glassed off, you can see so perfectly them like coming up to the surface and trying to escape something. Oh, here we go. Oh, it went slack. What happened? Did they eat him? Oh, let's just paddle a little bit. God, why won't it go off? Oh, there's lots of lines on the sounder. Well, there might be a highlight, like a there might be a good troll cam vid in this. Because the troll camera is just cruising that's just back there as well. So whatever I'm going through here, there's definitely a... Oh, he's very twitchy. Come on. Oh, you know what it is? I'm going over those barracuda again. They're following me. They're right underneath me. Wow. Go away. Now there's a bird about to... I don't want to catch a bird. Hey, Eric, thank you. Yep, camping videos coming. Come on, something grab it. Okay, for some reason that camera up the front has turned itself off. Try it again. Yeah, true. I probably should keep moving. Hey, Sally. Welcome. Jason, thank you. Jason Johnson, New Mexico. Do I eat barracuda? Yeah, I could. It's not terrible. It's actually all right. But I usually don't keep them because, you know, there's usually Spanish and, you know, another mackerel around. Am I in AU or NZ? I'm in Australia. In the Gold Coast, up in Australia, on the Queensland coast. How am I streaming out here? Yeah, just on the iPhone, hey, just the phone. But ciguatera, yeah, it's a chance. But yeah, there's always a chance of ciguatera, eating any of the big, like, sort of mackerel and barracuda and everything. That's for sure. What is a Spanish? Yeah, oh, well, it's what we call a long-barred mackerel is actually the name. But we call them Spanish mackerel here. And, oh, that wind's picking up again, though. Wonder if it's just a gust or if it's actually going to pick up properly. Come on, it'd be nice to get a fish on this part of the live feed, wouldn't it? How long have I been using the slammers? Quite a while. Like, you'll see them start appearing in my older videos. So if you go back through the content, you'll see them start appearing. He's getting very twitchy. Let's keep moving. I haven't caught any sharks today, which is nice. Do I get nauseous out at sea? No, I don't really suffer from seasickness, which is great because I have friends that do, and it must be a real drag to really love fishing and to get sick as soon as you hit the water. I've been seasick only a few times in my life, and one of them was on, well, I didn't like throw up or get that sick, but I remember going on a trip. It was in Thailand actually, and it was like we hopped on this big catamaran and like a big ferry catamaran, and the guys were handing out like all the stuff and handing out garbage bags, and I was like, why are they handing out garbage bags to everyone? And I was like, oh, I'm all right, mate, that's fine. And he's like, you sure you're gonna get sick? And I was like, no, I'm all good. And anyway, this ferry must have had like, you know, like over like a couple of hundred people maybe. Let's say it was 100 to 200. And I've never seen, and most of them were like UK backpackers, I think, and I've never seen, like, let's call it 150 people throwing up non-stop for 3 hours in my life. It was carnage. You go to the toilet and there's people all over. It was something else, mate. I've never ever. And then by the time I was walking around with me and my wife at the time, we were trying to find a spot where there just wasn't people throwing up over the side. And there was just one stairwell where a few people that weren't that sick were standing, and we were all just standing. And the problem was there was like diesel fumes, and it was full on, man. And yeah. But apart from that, and then I started to feel sick. So, but apart from that, I don't really get that seasick. Maybe when I was younger, I used to go out in the boat with my dad, and I'd get sick a little bit if we just sort of stayed still for too long. But it was all right. Come on, where's that fish? Do I have a backup plan if something goes wrong at camp trip? Well, where I'm going, like it's not that close to shore, but it's also not that far, really. Like, so, like if anything really went wrong, like bar something really bad going wrong, like say shallow water blackout from spearfishing, but I stay well within my my kind of limit. I don't push myself when I go on these trips. Unless I'm going with a friend, I don't try and dive down too deep or push it too far. But if something minor went wrong, like I say my boat got swept out to sea, I would be fine because I can, like, if worse came to worse, I could actually push the panic button. I've got like a PLB and an EPIRB on the boat. Well, that would be on the boat, but I've got a PLB in my life jacket. You know, like there are like options. Maybe use that emergency call on the phone that they have or something, you know what I mean? Like have to be a pretty bad situation for me to do it though. And, you know, even every now and then you see on those videos that I'm doing, you see a fishing boat cruise past. There are people there. Like, you know, there's people like fishermen out there trying to catch a fish and around the islands every now and then. So if you waited a couple of days, you're bound to be able to flag someone down or something. But, yeah, I hope nothing really too seriously does go wrong. But, you know, there's certain contingency plans. I've usually got my VHF radio as well, so I can try and hail someone down. Not much current today by the feeling of it, yeah. Now that the wind's died, I don't feel like there's much current at all as well. This mount just does not stick. Let's wet this down. Alright. Yeah, I know, sorry. Second part of the live feed is not as exciting as the first part, huh? How old am I? I'll let you keep guessing, mate. Let's put it this way, I'm not as young as I used to be, and you know, I got 2 kids and a wife, and I'm a big boy. But I'm not that old either. I don't know. I'm in between what you might imagine. I don't know. I'm older than 21, mate. I'll let you know that. Considerably, unfortunately. I'm not as high as 44 though. 46. Get lost. All right, there's quite a bit of bait. Let's see if we can catch a bait. 70. Let's see how high we can get it. Whoa, we've caught a fish. Got to do something on the live feed. Here we go. What do we got? We've got a yucca. We'll put him in the little tank just in case we actually do start catching some fish. Ooh. Okay. $98, that's the best. Getting close, 98. Have I ever tried scuba diving? I have not. I've had friends that did it, and I really did want to do it, and I still do want to do it, but I just never got around to sort of doing it. And now, you know, yeah, here we are. 99. Yes, I'm 99 years old. Has the fishing gotten worse since you started, since 2014? I don't think so. Like, I don't think it's gotten any worse since I've been fishing up here on the Gold Coast. Like, if you asked me in Sydney, I may have said it got worse for a while and then got better. But I don't know. I haven't found it worse. I think, like, I've had seasons where it's been red hot, you know, like this, like in days, like even this year, that it were fantastic. And I certainly wouldn't call it any worse or better than it has been, you know. Really depends. You can go out on one day. I'm going over those barracuda again or something. The sound is just lit up. These ones are different. These look like a big school of surgeon fish, I think. How come I'm not getting sunburnt? No, I'm lucky that my skin doesn't really get too burnt. And I'm also, like, a lot of the time, like, half the trip I do is usually before the sun really gets up. Like, it's only about now that it starts to get, you know, real burny. And I'm usually heading in about, you know, now, so luckily I get away with it. On those island trips and stuff like that, I definitely, like that Fraser trip, man, I get burnt on that trip. So I learned my lesson the first time, and when I didn't bring sun cream. But luckily the insect repellent I had, I think, on that trip had sun cream, like a sun protection in it. So I was rubbing that on like sun cream at one point. But I'm lucky I don't really get that burn. So yeah. Come on, where are these fish? It's at 9:30. Sweet. Not carbon Kevlar, carbon fibre. Yeah, the kayak, if anyone's wondering. What was that? I missed that. Pick up my first kayak. Awesome. Nice, Will. Hope you enjoy it. Hit on my right. God, I wish something would hit it. Let's check where we are. Check we're in the spot. We're on good ground, or what you'd typically call good ground. This is not far from where I got the first Mac tuna, and I'll turn outwards a little bit. Do I prefer kayak and small boat? I prefer, if I only had one, I'd probably still take the kayak just because it suits the way I fish and the lifestyle, kind of, and I like the ease of sort of just chucking it on the roof of the car. But I'm loving the boat as well. I'd love to get a bigger boat and take my family. Like the boat at the moment, like I could probably take them, you know, like I could take them on a nice inshore trip, but if I went offshore and it got rough, it'd be too much weight on it, and I think it'd be too sketchy. So who knows what's in the future. Maybe a bigger boat for those trips, but I can't justify, you know, clogging up the garage at this stage, but you never know. Before I got the inflatable, I was definitely almost looking at a bigger boat. I was looking at, you know, maybe a 4.5 metre boat or something. Where are these fish? Yeah, I'd even take a Mac tuna. Old Haynes Hunter. Yeah, my mate's got an old Haynes. Oh, he had a Haynes. I think he's got different now. I think, what is that, Pride? Fiberglass boat. Yeah. Well, I always grew up with, I don't know if anyone knows it, it's a Quintex Fishmaster. My dad had a boat before that, but that was the one that I remember the most. It was sort of a brown beige colour, but it was a good little boat. That couldn't have been more than 5 metres. It was under 5 metres, maybe just on 5 metres. We took that everywhere. So maybe it's just because there's nostalgia speaking, but for some reason I'm always looking at other aluminium boats and not fiberglass boats, but probably should get that out of my mind if I ever did it. Hey, it's far out. Thanks for tuning back in, guys. I wonder, are you all new guys, or are they or did you catch the first part as well? Have I ever caught a marlin? I've caught a few marlin. I don't know how many. I don't know, like 4 or 5? I don't know, yeah. I've hooked up to more than that, but I've lost them. But yeah, I've caught, hang on, maybe only 4 that have been landed. I've come close to landing a few and they've got off, and I've hooked up to a few that they're a bit blurry, but I've definitely, there's a very, very old video. The first video on the channel is actually me catching a marlin. It's not a very good video, but, and that was not a huge marlin, but I got one, it's Fraser. I got another one, I don't know, I can't think, yeah, anyway, yeah. Yes, all small black marlin though. I haven't caught a monster one yet. Don't know what I'd do I'd get a big monster on this thing. Just because I don't know if I'd be able to release it very well either, because I can't sort of paddle and hold onto it at the same time and swim it. Do you go the Seaway? I've been to the Seaway a few times. I don't tend to go up there because I've got to deal with the traffic to get up there. It makes the trip a lot longer. The Fraser Island one stabbed his boy. Yeah, that's right. Good times. Alright, well, if we don't get a fish soon, and that wind is starting to pick up a little bit again, we might have to call it. No, not in this part of the, I haven't caught anything in this part of the live feed. This is the first part. I got a couple of mac tuna, and then there was a couple of hits. Or one hit on the, oh, that was actually off the live stream. Where are these fish at? Alright, we'll turn in here and we'll go right over the tallest part of the reef. I'd love to come back to New Zealand. Maybe when everything settles down. New Zealand might be the only place I can come to for a while, actually. If we both, it seems like we've both almost sort of got the COVID thing at least under some sort of control. I reckon if they open any border, a border up to anyone, it'll probably NZ, because you guys have obviously done a good job of taking care of it as well. But it'll be interesting to see if we can ever get there. I haven't fished Mooloolaba, no. It's a bit higher, it's a bit of a travel for me. Thank you, John. But yeah, it'd be nice to get back to NZ. I'd approach it slightly differently. I think I'd just go camping somewhere and fish off the rocks. But it'd be nice, yeah, just to travel around and spend some time there. Visit my wife's relatives. They're over there as well, so we go and visit them. It'd be nice. They're up in the North Island, up the top. Have I been fishing overseas or abroad? Yeah, like a little bit. Like I've been overseas and done trips, but I wasn't making YouTube videos back then, so I wasn't really fishing or doing anything like that. Maybe the odd trip over in like around like a lot of Asian countries. But yeah, that wind is starting to pick up now. But when actual fishing trips, I went and fished in Hawaii, which was pretty cool. It's really nice of the boys over there to put me up and show me the ropes over there. That was pretty special. And NZ, of course. Come on, where's this fish? Saturday looks good. Palmy, you reckon? Yeah, maybe. Don't know. I think I might have used my fishing card today. Like I don't know. Like I don't know if the wind is going to drop down. What pound is my line? These reels have, I think, is a 50 pound and a 30 pound. I think this one's a 30 pound on this side. And I have a 50 pound on this one, just so, like, because it's the troll cam side. Give myself a little bit more of a chance of holding onto the camera. But then the leader on this side is only 30 pound, because I'd rather the leader snap on the camera side and I keep the camera. And on this side, I think I've got, maybe 40 pound leader. But what did that say? Sorry. Big yellowfin. The biggest yellowfin I've caught off here would be at Fido's, not so much palmy. I've caught lots of little jelly bean yellowfin off palmy. The biggest one here was just shy of 20, about 19.5 kilos, and it was just off Fido's reef. That was 2-3 years ago, I think. Yeah, so it's been a while. I haven't caught a yellowfin for a while. I think the last one I caught was at Noosa Cup like 2 years ago, maybe. Yeah, 2 years. Oh, yeah, 2 years ago. So that means that other yellowfin was ages ago. Caught bigger longtails, unfortunately, which is saying something. Geez, it'd be nice to get, wouldn't it? Yeah, like a, big 50 kg yellowfin or something. Just something around that size or bigger is pretty special. drum. I have not, no. Braid or mono? I like braid now. I pretty much use braid and just put leaders on, like fluorocarbon leader. Especially snapper fishing. And just on all my reels, I like the sensitivity when I'm doing anything that needs it. But I also like the line capacity. I can fit so much more braid on than mono that it's just a no-brainer. Because like on a kayak, especially if you get a big fish that wants to run, like if I can turn it and get the kayak running with it, that'll save me a little bit. But you know, I can't go too big reel size because it won't fit in the hatch that easy. And they get cumbersome. Once you get over, say, a 6,000 size-ish reel, they get a bit cumbersome and annoying to use on the kayak, and they hit my knees and stuff. So line capacity is very important. And braid's the only thing that really can get enough on there. Especially if you're using spin reels. If you're using overheads, then you can use whatever you like. Where are these fish, dudes? I'm so sorry. Started off promising, but I think we've gone past low tide, so we've missed the tide change. Oh, cheers. Thanks, JC. What do you reckon? Do we stick at it or do we wrap it up? Nameless. Wow, thank you. 25 pounds. That's like $1 million Australian dollars. Thank you. Yeah, do we stick at it or do we wrap it up? Is this getting too boring? Sorry. We'll go a little longer. And if this wind keeps getting worse and worse, then I might wrap it. Now I'm just cutting labs. The sounder's lit up. There's stuff on the sounder, but there's just not a whole lot going on. Check my baits. Yeah, I'll check it in a sec. I might swap this new one over as well. I've got a fresh yakka in here. Might take the place of this one. Jeez, this guy actually feels like he's off. Good advice, mate. Good advice. I've got to check my baits. No wonder we're not catching anything, eh? The little shitter. That's quite the... thanks for the super chat. It's quite the username. All right, let's put another bait on. Should we check this one too, actually? We'll just check. This one feels like he's definitely still on. Oh, I didn't notice this before, but check this out. Okay, so this bait is still on, but when they got that hit, when it was off, when the live stream cut out, that hit, look at how much it's bent the wire at the back. That should be straight. So it was a proper hit. Hopefully we get that on the camera. Okay. Oh wow, look, he's ripped that bit off as well. So okay. Alright, that's the way it should be. It should be down. Okay, that's the way it should be, like that. Okay. Length of the kayak is 4.75 meters, and it's 60 centimeters wide, and the weight is somewhere in the vicinity of around 23 kilos, depending on what I got in it. Oh, can't catch him. So when there's only one in here, they get really frisky. Yeah, here we go. Brave the Soul, thank you. From Florida, thank you. If you want to know what rocket is, you got to go back in you got to go back to the first live stream. I went through it first and last, or the last time, after many times of explaining where the name comes from. Alright. Now we're fishing again. Sorry for that. I think they might have been bonito, but they might have been mac tuna. There's definitely some bigger mac tuna getting around. Yeah, wind's picking up again. I can feel it already picking up. There was a nice glass off, but now it's starting to get a bit sketcy again. Just turn around and get over the main part of the reef. Do only one hat. This is my lucky fishing visor, dude. I do have a few of them, but I tend to always wear this one for some reason. It's also, this is going to sound stupid, but the hat wearing also has something like, it's like when I choose my towel, the towel I chuck in the car, for some reason I've got like a favourite colour towel or pattern towel, and I tend to grab that one all the time. And when I grab that particular towel, I always feel like I'm going to catch a fish. It's 80% strike rate, mate. 80% works. What is it? 80% of the time works every time. This beach was Kingscliff today. Thank you, Killer. Thank you. Yeah, it's getting windy now. It's going to pick up proper, I think. Catching cooks, yep, for sure. Still fishing with Timmy. Yeah, Timmy's down the coast a bit more. So I can't fish with him at the moment, but when he comes back up through this area or higher up, I'll definitely fish with him. I hope so. I hope it goes off. Left rod here, you reckon? Is he getting twitchy? Any shark encounters? I think I covered that one in the first live stream, but yeah, I see sharks. I haven't had any crazy one where I've been eaten or anything yet, which is just as well, which is nice. But generally they're just curious. It's a hit. Oh, I'll know if it's a hit. You wait. It'll go crazy. Oh, whoa. That's a big one. Thank you so much, mate. Paycheck Pro Stuff. Wow, thank you so much, mate. That's a huge help. Killer again. Thank you. What does it say? Live re-entry. No, I can't afford to lose my phone. The surf isn't that big today, but even the smallest waves, it's almost 100% chance I'm going to get wet. Yeah, I don't think the phone would make it. Maybe there is a way to live stream from your camera though. It could be fun to try and do it. I think I can live stream from this camera actually. I think the Hero 7 has streaming capabilities. But I've never, I was originally going to do it like that, but I never ever did it. Because the phone came out with a wider angle front camera. What's that, buddy? I think I saw that. Just got my first fishing kayak a week ago or so, and had subscribed to a bunch of kayak channels shortly after I can see your... Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Have fun on the kayak. Is it scary alone? Oh, I tend not to think about it. I quite enjoy it. Sometimes when the wind drops and you just stop paddling because you're so used to the water sounds, and if you just stop paddling and sit here, it's pretty crazy. Like, it's just dead quiet. Just sitting out a couple of k's out in a little floating kind of kayak. It's pretty crazy. It's quite nice. I enjoy it. Fractal Workshop, thank you so much, man. We'd love to see. Yep, camping, yeah, and the crabbing video is in full effect. I just got the crab pots out. I only had 2. I've got to go pick up another 2 from a mate. And I hope that might be the first camping trip. I might put some crab pots in and just do some flatty hunting. And just camp for a couple of days and just chill. Unless this weather clears up a bit better, and then we'll see what happens. Thank you, Alan. That's great, mate. Thank you. Oh, man. Where's the fish at? I would have thought we'd get at least a mac tuna by now. We were getting him quite often in the first one, and now we've sort of run dry. Camping trip with the family, yeah. No, well, once the restrictions open up a little, it'll be interesting to see if I'm allowed to go camping with my family. I don't see any reason, because obviously we all live together, I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be able to do that. But it's sort of hard for me to justify. I think I could take my family within the 50k area zone. That would be justifiable because we're just going on a trip as a family. But I don't think, like, I can justify myself traveling further in these restrictions because it's my job, but I can't take the family up, up to the islands, because that's pushing the limit. You know what I mean? We're all trying to do the right thing, and if I did that, I'd be sort of, you know what I mean? It'd be a bit unfair and a bit of a joke. Can't do it. But as soon as the restrictions sort of loosen up, for sure, I'd love to take them all. See stuff on that camera. Alright. I had a big hit on the left, you reckon? I'll check it. Oh no, he's clearly still there. I think it's just the swell. When the swell comes through, it pulls him a bit and it looks like it's getting a hit. But if you get a big hit, you'll see it, and it'll go off proper. Do you eat out here? I don't eat on my trips. I usually just wait. It's sort of a good thing. Oh, thank you, Noah. Thank you. I tend not to bring food out on the kayak unless I'm going on some kind of really epic trip. I'm quite happy not to eat until I get home. Brendan, thank you. I've not seen those little icons that come with the super chat. You can actually get little like emoticons and stuff now, can you? Yeah, cool. Oh, I think swordfish, I think you got to be further out and in much deeper water to get them. Hello from the Sunshine Coast, not too far from me. Yeah, that drag should be screaming, shouldn't it? It's twitching a little bit. I'm not too far from shore, that's why my phone went here, yeah. Still got full bars out here. Probably only about 2 k's out, maybe 3. Thank you, Dr. M. Thank you, Jay. Was it? Oh, I missed it. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. Yeah, I know. I saw a lot of South African guys putting up posts. Did they extend your lockout? Did they? Because it looks like, unfortunately, it looks like you're in lockdown for longer, which it must be very frustrating. I don't know what I would do. He from Jamaica. I don't know what I would do if they said I couldn't go fishing. I've got to have nothing to do. Like. Thanks, Jack. It was a Jake. Jack. It's Jack. J-A-A-K. Thank you. One day, mate, I'll get over. Kelly, I'd love to go. Yeah, I'd like to go everywhere. Hey, from Thailand. 10-meter flatties, eh? Come on. Let's get a fish. Live feed is just like, it starts off so like full of energy, and especially because it cut out, and now it's like, now I've got this second part and I haven't caught a fish. I'm starting to feel really bad. I'm sorry. Like, I really want to catch something. Sometimes it's like this. A lot of the time, like, you go out and by this time I've caught fish and I'm already heading in, but some days they just, and it's typically when I'm live feeding, I just can't really get anything that special. Jeffrey Nixon, thank you. Anyway, we'll keep at it. Okay, we've come out a bit wider here. We might head back into the reef. This is sort of where I got the hit because I was slowly drifting out with the wind. This is sort of where I ended up and got that hit on the troll cam out here, but it doesn't look like anything's going on, so I'll go back in. Collaboration with YBS. Yeah, well, like I said, like one day maybe, but I don't think I'd be a blip on his radar at this stage. Geez, his channel's going ballistic, isn't it? I'd love to go over to Western Australia and see like we've got places like that over this side as well. You got to really get out to the reef, out to the actual the proper reef as well. Like it's usually a good 70k run or something, you know. I don't have a boat that can do it, but over there, geez, that place is a pretty special place over there. Come on, yeah, giant yellowfin. Wouldn't that be something? Just hit it. Geez, it'll be a fight. Peter Hill, thank you. One more quick loop, yeah. We'll come. I think I've done quite a few quick loops though. Thank you, Killer. Hey, from the Philippines, how you going? Long tail, yeah, I'd take a long tail. I'll take anything now, I think, just for a bit of excitement. Come on. What's my line weight? I think I said before, what was it? 30 and 50 pound. 50 pound on that side for the troll cam, just in case so I don't lose it. What was that one? Andrew, thank you. Okay, as a fellow fisherman, you can only promise a boat ride. Well, that's what you get in the second part. The first part, we caught some fish. Thanks, mate. Show more of the land. So I'll try and do, yeah, I've been thinking about upgrading my drone a little bit as well and trying to, look, now that I've got more time, once I get back into these camping trips, now that I've sort of should be able to do them, hopefully you'll see a bit of a raise in the quality, because I should have a bit more time to do the trip properly and edit. So hopefully you get to see more and more of that kind of thing, more of the actual area. It's always in an interesting mix. You got to sort of mix it up. And a Phantom Pro, no, I don't. To be honest, I don't have a lot of space a lot of the time, so I probably won't get something that bulky. I'll probably go. The new Air 2 actually looks pretty good to me. Like that's about my style, just a small compact one, because I don't want to like, fill the boat up with a huge esky drone case. But I've only got a spark at the moment, it's tiny. But the good thing is, Killer, thank you. Somebody asked favourite fish to eat. Oh, I'll answer that in a sec. That's a tough question. Favourite fish to eat. Like it really depends on the mood and what's around. And like sometimes if I've had mackerel for weeks, you kind of get sick of it. Even though that's mackerel and wahoo probably are the most versatile. You can make all kinds of things from them. And it is pretty much lends itself to just about any meal. And raw as well. But after you've had mackerel for a couple of weeks, sometimes you catch a tuna and you're like, yes, because tuna is it's just such a different fish to eat. And it opens up a whole nother area of food. Oh. He got a hit then. He got very twitchy. I would say something's chasing him. Something's up with that bait. Hello from California, Sacramento. Cheers, John. Thank you. I want to say, been watching the camping trips. Have a good day. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, come on, go off. Go more live videos. Yeah, is this enjoyable? Like I've been spacing out the lives, thinking it's not, what people really want to see all the time, but they are fun as well. It's a good chance for me to talk and catch up with everyone and be able to answer questions as I go as well. A lot of talking involved. Cheers from the Grand Rapids. Thank you, Michigan. Thank you, Zach. Thank you. Hi from the Philippines. Hello. Yeah, well, I'll try himself. That's who we were just talking about in the first half of the live feed. He's just tried to call me. He must have seen the first live video. Come on, where are these fish? Yeah, what were we speaking about? Can't remember. Live feeds. Yeah, no, I think yeah, I can do the live feeds more regularly, maybe once every 2 weeks or something. I don't want to do it too often. Right. I finally bit the bullet, and they've sent me so many notifications that I had to switch over to the NBN recently. But it's proved to be a good thing, because what I used to do is, because my internet was so slow at home, I'd use my phone to upload. But now that I've got the NBN, I can actually upload faster on the home computer. And now I can use my phone's data, which I had a big pack for and I used to pay a lot for, because I'd always have to be uploading videos. Now I can just use it for things like live streaming and watching videos, so it shouldn't be too expensive. I hope. I've never noticed it. Is it lagging? It's all right, don't worry. Just let them spam. More comments, more better. It's all good. They're coming so fast through that I only catch one every so often anyway. Thanks, Kyle. I'll answer that. I sit. Now lean forward, and I'm a folder, not a scruncher. Scrunchers are wasteful. He's getting very twitchy. And we're over a shallow part of the reef. Look at that bit of swell coming over on the shallow part of the reef. I just went up like 2 meters. Do I gym? Not anymore. Unfortunately, I am not in as good a shape as I once was. But I still paddle a lot and do things outdoorsy, so, you know, it's not too bad. Definitely could drink one less beer every now and then. And I probably should do some kind of exercise apart from paddling. More camping vids, they get you lots of spearfishing and paddling and everything. It'll keep me fit. Can you catch octopus? Not really. You could if you drop them down to the bottom. Eventually, I have caught octopus just by freak chance like this before, and squid. But it's easier if you're in the water. I haven't caught octopus for ages. In Sydney, we get them quite regularly. Haven't caught octopus, then they're delicious. Come on, where are these fish at? Big school of surgeon fish under me again. Hello from Jordan. Yeah, we'll check the Vates in a sec. Yeah, big super chat. It's pretty crazy. Thank you so much for the support, guys. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, you're literally paying for the family. You're paying for me to live and do this. So it's, yeah, like, well, so far, I don't know. It's early days. Who knows what's going to happen? But thank you. Look at that bait twitching. He might just be trying to swim back down to his mates. Yeah. Something's up. There's a bit of weight on here. Let's have a look. Maybe he's spinning. Cheers, thank you. Beaches in Southern California closed by the government. Yeah, no, thanks for the super chat. And yeah, no, it's pretty tough if you can't go fishing or use your beaches and waterways, isn't it? Yeah, like I was saying before, I don't know what I would do if they ban like going to the beach. Like my wife loves surfing and my kids love going to the beach and everything, and because they actually banned, like they took away all the rock pools and that we go out in the freshwater rock pools. The one in that video, actually, one of them. Like maybe 4 videos ago, I showed one. That one, they recently took that off the list of places you can go, and we were like, man, that's like, because the kids are home from school, it's like we've only got so much we can do with them. It was a real pity when they took that one away. If they took the beaches away, man, I don't know what we'd do. But I don't think they're going to. In fact, they're loosening up our restrictions at the moment. So after tonight, I think it's over this week, and they loosen up a little bit. So they're still keeping people apart from each other, obviously, but you can go out and enjoy like a day at the beach or something, as long as it's with your group of family and whatnot. Come on. It's glass off again. It's glassing off again. That wind's gone again. Just check the sounder. How can I have 2 liveys just cruising around on this reef? Giant barracuda under the kayak, which you can see in pretty clear water, and they just won't have a bar of it. Yeah, no, I know, I've dried up. Now that that wind's gone and I'm not getting splashed, I'm looking pretty salty. Leopard print. I remember when I was young, this is like, I don't know, now I'm just telling crap stories. When I was young, I went out to a nightclub And I was like, why is everyone looking at me funny? Like, people keep walking past, and this was back when it wasn't cool to have these particular jeans. And I was like, why everyone keeps looking like walking past and sort of giving me this weird looks. And then it took me like maybe I was like there for like hours, and then I looked down and my pants under the UV light that was in like the hallway where I was standing, they looked like acid wash, like, but the most crazy acid wash you've ever seen. So I had these new jeans on and it was mental. And I was like, oh, no wonder everyone's looking at me. They're like, look at that dude's pants. Oh, come on. When it glasses off, I feel like oh, here's those barracuda again. I don't know if you saw him last time, but I'll try and get another shot of it. Of course, I've forgotten I've got let's not drop the phone. Can you guys see that? There's some serious barracuda just schooling up under the boat right now. I probably better move actually because I'm going to get my cameras caught on the bottom. That sucks. Surprising that those fish must be a good, like at least a metre long, at least. Some of them look like about 1.20 meters. And to think, look at it, the bait's twitching, right? To think you can go over there with a live bait just literally dangling, like they're only like 2 meters under the water, maybe, or they go down further, but some of them are up quite high. That bait must be just going straight past their face and they're just not interested. Yeah, the troll cam could be good. Maybe I'll just put a troll cam highlights reel. Yeah, there's fish around, look at them. They're not cuda, they're something else. They're all just hanging out. Sometimes you get that when it's not peak bike period and you're getting this weird changeover of seasons. They're just not feeding, they're just hanging out on the reef. This is when you probably do need something to get a reaction by just whipping through fast lures and stick baits and all that kind of thing. Like just get them excited so they can't help it. Greetings from Utah. Cheers. Thank you, Brady. I actually covered the scariest shark encounter. Well, I don't have many scary ones. I've got shark encounters, but I actually talked about that in I think it was part 1 of this live stream today. Yeah, this is why they call it fishing. It's seeming pretty slow all of a sudden, isn't it? Might check the camera side because something's I think he might have got tangled up with the other one. Oh no, he's off. He's managed to get himself off. And he's been swimming up around the camera as well, so he's probably swimming up around to get away from those cuda. And he's just worked his way off. I don't think he got taken, but we'll check the camera when we get home. It's cool checking the camera when you get home. You go through and you see what you missed out on. I think that was my last bait. Yeah, so I guess I could go get another one. Maybe slimies would be good. That'd be your best bet to catch something. All right. Well, if we don't get something over the next couple of passes, we'll see if we can drag this bait over once or twice more. Yeah, live Bonnie or something would be good, but I think all those bait schools that were here this morning have all sort of disappeared. I don't know where they are. It's all right. You're all crooked. It's all right. Be good if they made just a wide angle lens on the camera, just a little bit wider. Like, we're getting there. Every time they update it, it gets a little bit better. Is my left rod lighter? It is a lighter action, I'd say. Yeah, I know. No social distancing, those barracuda. They're all bunched up. They're going to get sick, man. Sam's son are better. Oh, God. It's a fishing channel. I haven't caught a bonefish, no. They do look cool to catch, though. I was watching a video, it was a while back now, but they were catching them on fly, I think in the Bahamas, or it was pretty impressive. How many people are still watching this rubbish? And they're just sitting there doing nothing, aren't I? 900, that's cool. Thank you so much for tuning in. Briggsy caught a nice bony fish. Yeah, I saw that. Geez, that video did well, didn't it? I was a bit jealous. Here we go. We could grab a bit of bait. We're on a nice big clump. Oh, had more than one on for a sec there. Oh, it's fallen off. That works. I guess I could put him back on the trial cam side. No slimies, unfortunately. Just yakkers. If I found slimies, I reckon I might just turn this into a bait mission. Just catch slimy after slimy and fill the whole kayak. How am I going to do this? I need to actually get the hook first. Oh, thank you, Yasmin, was it? Oh, yeah, I missed it, sorry. Thank you. How's this guy? He's just giving up on life. He's not fighting or anything. Sometimes they do that, like scare themselves. Look, he's not, look, he's, oh, there he is. Sometimes they do that. It's like they scare themselves. They get so stressed that they just freak out and then just go, oh, and turn upside down. He's back into it now. Now that he hits the ocean, isn't he? I don't let them out too far. The camera one I keep in quite close because I'm afraid I don't want to get it caught on the reef, especially here because it comes up and down. It gets as shallow as about 6 meters at times, so I don't want to get the camera caught on the bottom. So I keep it in pretty close. Plus it sits a little lower than that other line. The other line I let out maybe, I don't know, I usually count to 15 to 20 depending on what I'm doing. If I'm trolling dead baits, I usually count 20 and maybe 15 on this side. 20 paddle strokes, that is, I guess. I am from Australia, yes. Can't you tell, mate? Oh, look, he's twitching. I don't even feel like I have an accent. Do I have an accent? Any fish would be good, wouldn't it? I know. I'm trying. How long have we been going for? This one's been going for, does that say 85 minutes? Jeez. I'm only here for the accent, bro. Is that right? I'll have to ham it up. Come on. Come on. Why aren't they eating it? And here comes the wind starting to pick up again. Alright. Where are we? I've lost track of where I am again. Okay. We'll try out on this point. The reef sort of spreads out this way in a diagonal sort of northeast. So we'll go out, we'll try a little wide art, and then we'll loop back around. And then I think I might start thinking about calling it quits. We'll see. I guess I got nothing else to do today. What about you guys? $20-kilo spanny coming. That'd be nice. Geez, it'd be big. 20 kilos that'd get you about in the 150 area. Big fish. What's that? Thank you, Tidal Fury. Always kiss the bait before sending it out, eh? Is that the trick? Oh no, don't zoom. That didn't zoom, did it? No. Let's dry our hands a bit. As soon as I touch the camera with slightly wet hands, it causes all kinds of problems. Depth now is only 10 meters, but it'll drop off in a sec down to about 20 to 25, depending on how far out I go. Whole chooks, mate. I know. Need some burley. Who keeps saying RIP Rex Hunt? Is that for real, or is that just you just saying it? I don't understand. Surely he didn't pass away. Come on, hit it. Catch a ray. Oh, I can't imagine anything. I've caught eagle rays before. It's such a pain. Stingrays not likely unless I let them drop, but I don't like catching rays. They take forever to get in. They're tricky to deal with. Eagle rays are alright, but they take a long time to get in. No, not in the second part, unfortunately. I haven't caught any in the second part. The first part had a couple of Mac tuna in it, but it's slowed down considerably for the second part, unfortunately. So we've dropped down to 15, 16 meters, and we're going over some big lines. Come on, let's see these baits go. No hooks in hands. More cooking videos, yeah, for sure. Oh, the last video I put up was a cooking video. But yeah, no, I'll keep adding them. Cheers, thanks Brady. Let's get some first chat. Let's get some ones in the chat for good luck. Yeah, cheers, thank you. Yeah, hit the like button if you haven't done it already. It helps. Get that like count up again. Sorry to ask that. I know it sounds ridiculous. Look at all those ones. So we've dropped off, we're coming just to the edge of the reef now where it drops off. It's 23 meters. And we haven't had a hit. What am I chasing? Like, I was hoping for a Spanish, is what I was really hoping for. But yeah, I'd take anything. I'd take a long tail, spotty, doggy, anything. All Alright, we'll start the slow sort of curl around this way. Oh man. Looks like the second part of the live feed is going to be slow, unfortunately. Before the corona, I came in, caught an 8 kilo pink snapper. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, when they get up to that sort of 70 centimetre and above size, the snapper look very impressive, don't they? They're nice. And then once you get up to over the 80 centimetre, they start to become like, yeah, monstrous. 90s, geez, big. Yeah, right, Curtis, that's a hot tip. I should have maybe there next time. I heard they were getting lots of doggies there. You're right. Yeah, live feed typically, or YouTube comments in general. Geez, you've got to have a thick skin, you've got to roll with the punches. But YouTube comments, like, or comments in live stream are just, I'm still coming to terms with how fast it sort of rolls over, and it's pretty crazy. Favourite fish to eat? Oh, we actually discussed that earlier on today. Why don't I use the kayak? I can paddle with my feet. It's just simply because surf launches and like pedal kayaks just don't mix. Typically they're wide and they don't, the way like the Mirage drive works, and also like propellers, they just don't grip the water in the foamy stuff. So you've got to use a paddle, in which case they're wide. There's no way to store your gear. They can't ride waves in very well. So there's a lot of reasons why it's just not appropriate for the kind of fishing I do. If I was doing more inshore, or if I had a nice launch site where I could get out without dealing through big surf, then maybe it would be more appropriate. But there's a reason why you don't see many Hobies out on the water around my area. They just don't. They just struggle. Yeah, plus I like to paddle, that's true. Yeah, someone just said paddle fitness. I like to use my arms. Like, I'm not doing it so much today, but on a day where I'm trolling live dead baits, I'll put in, I could do a good 30k paddle just in the morning's fishing, and it's good for my health. It's about the only serious exercise I do at the moment, so it's not a bad thing to do. Do I know Edo? Is it normally spelled with an I, like Edo Bar? I do, if you're talking about it. Is he? Yeah, I do. Nice guy. From up the Sunshine Coast. Ah, man. Where are these fish? I think we might have to call it. We've been doing this for, how long? 90 minutes, 94 minutes. But we'll have another crack. We'll come in, we'll go over one more last pass, and then I think we'll wrap it up. Because it doesn't look like it's going to turn on. It looked promising at the beginning. Any lines on the sound? Like when I go over the main part of the reef, it is lit up in a big way. Wow, thank you, Easy Free. Big time, thank you. I need a cheeseburger. It was my son, Fox, the youngest son's birthday yesterday, and we actually did have burgers, so, because he was pretty pumped to have burgers for lunch, so we went crazy. We got like dirty drive-through burgers because he just wanted it. It's like, sure, man. You can have burgers. Uh-oh. Looks like I got a tangle. I'm not going to catch him like this. Tangles are the worst. Thank you, Jed. Thank you. Oh no, we're alright. The lines were like crossed directly over there. I wonder what's going on. Better get moving again. See if we can push back. What's going on there? That bait just swam straight over that direction. Favourite fish to catch? That's tough. I'm not very good with picking just a favourite of anything really. Like if someone says what's your favourite food or favourite fish to catch, favourite colour, favourite, I don't know, whatever. There's too many good foods, there's too many good fish. And like, so like I love like, and I'd forgotten what it was like to see the wahoo take off like that. I've got to admit, like in my, like wahoo would have to be right up the top. It's such an impressive fish to catch off a kayak. Like that run at the beginning is just something else. So I'll kind of say wahoo, but I do love, like, you know, like they don't fight like a tuna, that's for sure. Like tuna just never give up, and they do that circle work. They make you work so much harder for it. So it really depends. Cobia are just brute force. You know, there's a couple of heavy hitters there, and kingfish, just brute force fish that, you know, that would take anything down if they, you know, were doing short runs. So it's a tough one to pick. Like they're all fun for different reasons. Like, yeah, like love those screaming runs on the mackerel and the wahoo. And snapper, like it's a complete different way to fish. Like, you know, you're dropping down, then you see that spool just start emptying real fast and you click over the bail arm. I really enjoy, you know, dropping on snapper as well. So it's a tough one. Mix it up. There's no favourites. Yeah, when you, I always look forward to that, yeah, first couple of snapper on the plastics, and if you get a good mark and you drop straight on them and you just see that line just go, it spins off real quick, and you flick the bail arm over and it loads up. There's something very cool about that. I really enjoy it. They don't even have to be big fish necessarily. Just seeing it just spin off real fast. There's something very exciting about that. Okay, now we're just talking. Man, my lips are getting chapped. It's just a cold southerly breeze. No, I haven't caught a bluefin tuna. Not a southern bluefin anyway. We get long tails up here, which I guess are northern bluefin, if you know, like is one of their names. But I haven't caught a southern bluefin tuna. No. It's a very fancy fish. Wow, cheers. Thanks. Is it lithic? Thank you. What would I recommend for kingfish? Did that say? Oh, in my area, like you get this little run in between, like out at like around 9 Mile and Fido's, which is pretty consistent. And stick baits, big plastics, or live baiting for sure. You know, can't go wrong with live bait. Wow, Tony, thank you so much. Let's read what this says. Love your videos, fun, peace and relaxation, and watch them, sir. Thank you. Started to watch you about 3 weeks ago. Oh, so only new. Yeah, cool. Thanks, man. Thank you so much. Have I done any surviving in a rainforest? Not a proper, not like the Daintree or anything. No, it's not quite. There's a rainforest down here, but they're not quite the same as tropical rainforest up there, up a bit further north. But I go to like the rock pools in the rainforest quite often, and it's beautiful. Not a lot of fish to eat unless you like catfish. There's lots of small fish. Once you get into water that has like no dam or some access, and once it gets a bit brackish, there's definitely lots of fish though. I should do like a trip where because that's why I sort of bought that little creek bashing, like the plastic kayak, because I can, I might start like at the very top of a creek and slowly work my way down over a day or two, depending on which creek I pick. It could take a couple of days, and just camp on the way down and see if I can catch things. That'd be cool. Still catching the rainbows. Well, I only catch them every now and then because I don't want to, because the ones I caught are still alive in the tank. So every now and then the small ones get picked off by the bass as they get bigger. But I'll catch a rainbow again at some point soon. But the school's still strong, so I don't want to catch any more at the moment. Pearl perch. I haven't caught a pearl perch for ages, maybe 2 years. But yeah, we get them. Usually a bit deeper than here, like usually out at Palmy when I go out wider, it's usually probably around the 40-metre mark, depending on what I'm doing. That's where I've usually caught them. usually while snapper fishing, just on plastics. Ah, man, looks like we're not going to get that fish for the second part. But we gave it a red hot crack. We've done quite a few loops around this section. And we saw some stuff, I think. We did, yeah, it's all right. How many people we still got? Oh, we've still got people watching. It's crazy. Kayak motor caught fire. No, that's no good. That's not ideal. Do I live close to Youngbloods? No. He lives in Western Australia, which is literally the other side. He's literally on the exact opposite end of Australia as I am. So it's a good like 8-hour plane ride, is it? I don't know how far is that. Hang on, that's not right. Oh, it might be. So it's pretty far anyway. Look at each tip of Australia. I'm pretty much on the most eastern tip. I'm just above Byron, which is the most eastern tip, and he looks like he's somewhere around the furthest on the western side. So 5 hours. There you go. It's 5 hours plane ride away. Yeah. So we're not close at all, really. Five hours Brisbane to Perth. There you go. And then he'd be higher than Perth. So yeah, it'd take a while. It'd be one hell of a drive though, wouldn't it? It'd be cool to do that trip. I'd like to just load the family into a car and do that trip. That'd be cool. Tidal Fury, man, thank you. Live world stream fishing tour. Man, that would be cool. Just traveling around, just live stream wherever you're at and see what you can catch. That would be something. You never know. You never know what ideas. What was I was actually watching, you know what it was, actually Powerfish himself, and he put up like a live feed or just like a story saying, you know, if you do have just a crappy idea, just give it a crack because you never know how it could change everything. I was like, that's true. Yeah, no, solo camping coming very soon. I don't fly fish and I would love to get, next order I put in through Pure Fishing, I'm going to get a fly rod. I'll give it a crack. I'm sure I'll be terrible at it, but over time I'd love to go. I've got a mate in Tasmania. I've got a couple of friends around that have offered to take me places as well. I'd really like to give it a go. And like you can do, I've got a mate up here that's just moved up from Sydney and he goes and just catches, you know, like flatties and in the creeks and that, having a great time. And then I could upgrade to the fancy fish, like you see like some of the guys catching GTs and stuff. It'd be epic, yeah. I'd give it a crack. You may never see me do it if I'm terrible at it. Am I still doing the video cutting? Yeah, for sure. I do all the editing myself. I certainly, you know, like the YouTube thing is probably only just going to, you know, break us even when it comes to money on the side of things when it comes to like, I don't know, we're waiting for it to die down to see where my baseline is, but I'm certainly not going to be rolling in cash at the moment. I'm just going to be making a living, which is fine, which is perfect. It's a pretty special way to be able to do it, so... But I certainly don't have money to buy someone to do editing for me, that's for sure. I certainly don't have enough money to hire someone to do that. And I enjoy doing it. Like, I'm a graphic designer originally, and it's a good way for me to sort of do you know, I started doing the videos just simply because I had an interest in editing the videos anyway, so that's why I enjoy doing it. And I know I often think, because you see some guys, they get an editor, and it changes the video, and it changes the way they approach it, and I don't know, I think sometimes it doesn't gel. I think that's one thing that, say, John B has done. His editor seems to do a really good job of keeping it in the same kind of style that he used to do, and it still is enjoyable for me to watch, whereas some guys, they get like a new editor and it's like, hang on, this is a bit of a scam now, you know what I mean? Like because I don't know, I think YouTube should still be lo-fi. It should still always remain like hands-on, and you're watching just a regular dude do what he does, you know. As soon as you start to cross over into that line where you're starting to make a show and you get sponsors, and it starts to turn into a different kind of animal, I think, if you start doing things like that, like signing up sponsors, getting yeah, getting editors, and all of a sudden you're just like, yeah, it's different. Where's the fish at though? I'm slowly heading in. I'm in 9 meters of water. I'm getting closer to the bommies just there now. So I think I'm slowly giving up. I can see this bait still twitching along, so I don't think I need to check him. Or maybe I do. Let's move a little bit faster. But I think I might need to wrap it up because I don't think we're going to get anything. Oh, you know what? I think this guy is off. But he only just came off because I could see him twitching a second ago. All right, he is off. Look at that. All right, I think the writing's on the wall. I think it's time to wrap it up. I'll give you one last look around and show you where I'm at. I'll unplug this charger. I wonder if that'll ever work again, if it's got salt water on it. Anyway, so yeah, the bommy's just there. You can see the waves breaking on the bommy. So I'm about in line with that. Oh, whoa. Somebody's just hit. In a big way as well. It's on the troll cam side. This will be good. Big splash at the back as well. Wow. Just about to give up. Geez, these head shakes are something else. What was that? Big sort of splash. Oh, he's pulling now. There we go. Oh, well, the camera should get a good hit of that. A good shot of that. Oh, he's off. No, if I've still got the camera. Oh, no. No. The camera broke off and the fish came off. Maybe he was holding onto the camera. I think the camera floats, doesn't it? Without the weight on it. Or does it sink? We'll have a little paddle around. Damn! That had good footage on it. On top of the fact that I lost another bloody water wolf camera. Geez, I go through them. That is the third camera in about 3 months. So yeah. Oh man. I wonder. Let's have a quick paddle around. That had good footage on it. I wonder what it was. I would have been happy even if I just got to see what that was. He must have swum around the thing and maybe it snapped it off. I wonder what happened there. Damn. Damn. That's all I can say about that one. We'll have a quick look. I've got the chart. I can actually go over to my chart here. So it should be, I've got like a trail going on my chart. Maybe we'll go over this way. It's hard to tell which way he was swimming, but I don't know. Does the water wolf float? It floats? I don't know. It's black. That'll be easy to find. It's just never going to see it. It floats, does it? Okay. Because it's just hanging out by itself. All the weight's been ripped off it, so. I have actually had a fish grab the camera and actually eat the camera. Like he came in and it grabs the bait and then it goes and grabs the camera as well and swallows all of them in one go. And then he spits the camera and then he busted off actually. Yeah, same kind of thing, but the camera stayed on that time. Damn! I really want to see what that was. Anyway, I think this is going to be a lost cause. I think that's well, we ended it up. We ended on a high, I guess, in some form. At least we got something happening. Ah, no. Another water wolf down. You know what the problem is? Hey, if anyone around has a water wolf camera and they're watching this, please send me a message because they don't sell them anymore. And I think I ran out pretty much of everyone that I know that has them. I've basically been just buying them second hand off people. So if anyone has one, let me know. Because, yeah, big splash behind me though. That was a good fish, whatever it was. And then big, crazy head shakes when it was going. Plus it ate my camera. All right. Well, we'll end on that. Yeah, we never know. We'll never know. But we'll have a look around. I'll get another camera from somewhere, so we'll see. Thanks, Ben. Thank you. That'll go towards the camera. But anyway, we'll wrap it up from here. And yeah, at least we got to end on something exciting rather than just hanging out the whole time with nothing going on. Anyway, we'll see you soon. Oh, thank you, J Rod. Thank you. That's crazy. Thank you. That will go towards a new camera. We'll get a new one. Anyway, we'll wrap it up. Cheers. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out for so long.